Prior to 1492 and Christopher Columbus' voyage to Americas, Spain only possession of any consequence outside Europe were the Canary Islands. By the mid-16th century, however, Spain will control much of the Caribbean, large portion of the Americas, and parts of Africa. His first attempt to enlist the support of the Spanish crown was unsuccessful, but after a lengthy search for support in France and England, Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand finally agreed to sponsor Columbus in 1492. When Columbus walked on shore in the Bahamas, he encountered the beginnings of the continent that Europe had no idea existed. There were no nautical folk tales or rumors of a landmass in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, nor was there a history of bad contact between the populations of the two continents. Quite simply, the Americans were not supposed to be there. The first thing Columbus did after arriving in the Americas was sending a letter to the governor where he described the new land that they had discovered. This letter would be known by then the Queen and King of Spain. The letter that he wrote was the following. When I reached Guana, Cuba, I followed its coast to the westward and found it so large that I thought it must be mainland, the province of Cathay, China. And as I found neither towns nor villages on the seacoast, but only a few hamlets, with inhabitants of which I could not hold conversation because they all immediately fled, I kept on the same route. The lands are high and there are many very lofty mountains. The islands are all most beautiful, of 1,000 different shapes, accessible and covered with trees and thousands of kinds of such great height that they seem to reach the sky. The nighttime was singing as well as the birds of 1,000 different kinds. In that, in November, the month in which I myself was roaming amongst them. There are palm trees of 6 or 8 kinds, wonderful in their beauty variety, but in this case with all the other trees and fruits and grasses, trees, plants, or fruits filled us with admiration. I contain extraordinary pine groves and very extensive plains. There is also honey, a great variety of birds, and many different kinds of fruit. In the interior, there are many mines of metals and population in Maru. The inhabitants of this and all of the other islands I found or gained intelligence of both men and women go as naked as they were born. They have neither iron nor steel nor arms, nor are they contempt to use them. Not that they are not well formed and of handsome stature, but because they are timid to a surprisingly degree. On my reaching the Indies, I took by force in the first island that I discovered some of these natives that they might learn our language and give me information in regard of what existed in these parts. And it so happened that they soon understood us and we them, either by words or signs, and they have been very serviceable to us. I find that they believe that I come from heaven. They assure me that there is another island in which the inhabitants have no hair. It is extremely rich in gold. Finally, and speaking only of what has taken place in this voyage, their highness may see that I shall give them all the gold they require, if they will give me but a little assistance, spices also, and cotton, and as much as their highness shall command to be shipped. A mastic he thereof found only in Greece, slaves as many of these idolaters as their highness shall command to be shipped. I think also I have found rhubarb and cinnamon, and shall find 1,000 other valuable things.